This is Jill Ciminillo with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. And in case you missed it, I am not in Las Vegas at CES. No, but there is something that was just revealed at CES that I want to take just a little bit of time to talk about. And that is the Ram Revolution BEV, BEV, I don't know, however you say it, BEV concept. And this is the all-electric version of the Ram full-size pickup truck. I'm not even going to call it the 1500 pickup truck. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than what the Ram 1500 looks like. So they've kind of gone a little bit in between the Ford F-150 Lightning, let's make this look exactly like the Ford F-150 gasoline vehicle, and the Chevrolet Avalanche Silverado EV design thing. So what I want to do in this video is I'm going to bring up some photos because we don't have any video at the time that I'm recording this. So hopefully we'll have some video and we can post that later. And we'll certainly be saying it in Chicago in February. But for now, we just have photos. So I'm going to bring up a photo slideshow of the items that we've gotten so far from Stellantis. And I'm just going to talk through some of the more interesting, I'm going to say more interesting, maybe cooler features that we are going to see on this concept. And I am hoping these specific features that I'm bringing up will actually make it into production. And what we're going to see is, because Ram is the last player on the field, they've kind of taken some things from Ford and they've taken some things from Chevrolet and they've added some things of their own. And so there's some really cool details and features on this truck, but we still don't have a lot of details in general on this truck. So we don't know what it's going to cost. We don't know the exact range, but we can make some guesses. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop up the photos because that's really what you want to see rather than, me just talking. And I'm going to go over some of the features that are on this truck. So first off, you have what they call the fork tuning lighting in the front, and that's going to be very different. But I think that that is probably going to be something that we will actually see in the production version of the truck. And there you have a better view of it right there, where it just kind of, comes in. You have a glass roof. I don't know that that's going to make it into production, but from that side profile, you can see that there are 4 inches of extra length to the cabin, and that creates some flexible seating surfaces, cargo area for the inside of the truck. And one of the more interesting things that Ram has done, there's a couple of interesting things. First off, and again, there are no photos, so you're going to have to use some visualization here. But one of the things that they have done is they've added jump seats to a mid-gate. So if you remember the Avalanche Silverado EV thing, there's a mid-gate drop down so that you can pass through stuff from the bed into the cabin. This has that. Well, what they've done in the mid-gate is they've put some jump seats in there. No photos, so maybe those will come tomorrow or later or during the actual live stream from Ram. But you have 3rd row of seating behind these 2nd row seats right here. And they've put a lot of tracks through the interior, which means that you can move the seats forward, backward, and around. You can, I think, take them out again to create a more flexible cargo space. And it's pretty interesting what they've done here. Now, I think the exterior of the vehicle looks a lot more production ready than the interior of the vehicle, which tells me that the exterior is probably going to look pretty similar. I mean, obviously the suicide doors are probably not going to be a thing, but the interior is going to be a little bit more like the regular production version of the Ram that already exists. Now, as we are scrolling through some of these photos, so I think this right here, this lighting signature, I think that is going to make it into the production vehicle. But when you see some of the interior photos, you're going to notice that there is a really large screen. I think they said there were 2 14.9-inch screens, and they're movable and even removable. And this is probably one of the coolest features that I think that we're going to see on the truck, because what that enables, along with a removable center console, is a pass through to the front. We haven't seen that on any other electric vehicle yet. We certainly haven't seen it on an electric truck. And I think that's pretty interesting. I'm going to hit play again. We'll just replay this from the beginning. But I think that's pretty interesting because that means you can fit 18-foot long things from the back of the bed all the way to the front of the front trunk frunk. So again, I think that there's some really interesting features here and interesting capabilities that you're not going to see on the other two trucks out there. But I don't know exactly what's going to make it into production just yet. I'm hoping that pass-through frunk will. What else have we got going on here? So we've already mentioned the two screens that are movable and removable, and the pass-through. There is going to be some interesting technology on here. You're going to see an augmented reality head-up display. I think that was one of the last pictures we saw in the sequence. And essentially what that means, we've seen it on some Kia and Hyundai vehicles. Like as you're driving, if you have directions, it'll give you like little arrows kind of following the road. You'll see vehicles around you in your blind spots, and it's all going to appear on the screen on your head-up display. It's a little bit distracting, but it's one of those things that you'll get used to after a while. You're going to have smart home control on this vehicle, which means that you can control your thermostat, your temperature, your lights, anything like that from inside the vehicle. And that is pretty cool. You're also going to get, and I think this is cool. I hope this makes it into production, and I hope we see it roll out into other Ram Stellantis vehicles, but an intelligent storage app. So basically, you could probably use your phone and it will help you measure an item that you want to put in your vehicle, and it'll tell you whether or not it'll fit. I give that a thumbs up. I see people with TVs all the time that they just bought at Best Buy or wherever, and it's outside their vehicle because it's not going to fit. What else? Biometric capability. So we're talking face recognition. We're talking fingerprint recognition that will allow you to enter the vehicle as well as start the vehicle. And we've seen that in Genesis vehicles. So again, not necessarily new technology, but new to Ram, and hoping we'll see that roll out into other Stellantis products. Another thing that you're going to see on this concept vehicle is the ability for level 3. So right now, most vehicles are at level 2. So this is the augmented reality screen right there. Autonomous driving capability. So that means complete hands-free driving in more situations than what we have right now. Again, I'm going to cycle through this one more time. And that's interesting. So I think what'll happen is when this vehicle rolls out, similar to what Volvo is doing with their new vehicles, you'll see the hardware and the added onto the vehicle, but maybe the software isn't enabled yet because they're going to be waiting for testing periods to happen. But when everything is completely ready, unlike beta systems from other automakers, then they will just do an over-the-air update and it will be fully functional. So what else do we want to talk about with this vehicle? So again, not a lot of new details. We don't have any pricing, but we do know this is going to be built on the STLA frame platform, which is their body-on-frame platform for the electric vehicles. And it'll get up to 500 miles of all electric range. I think that this is going to have to best the F-150 and the Silverado EV in range. Otherwise, why are you last to market? It will also have ultra fast charging capability, which will have the ability to add 100 miles of range in 10 minutes. So again, no word on pricing. We know that Chevy EV is going to start around $40,000, but so did the Ford, and now it's $47,000. So I think that Ram is probably a little bit smart here, because what they're going to do is they're going to wait. They're going to wait until they see where the dust settles on the Chevrolet Silverado EV pricing, and then I could see them going like $1 less. I know they're going to want to undercut the pricing on Chevrolet and Ford, but I think they're going to wait until they know what the pricing is going to be before they announce it, and I think that's going to be probably in the third quarter of 2023. So not a lot else to report. I'm going to link to the full press release, both in the comment stream and the article that is on the website, so that if you want to get into the granular details that we don't have of this vehicle, you can read it all yourself. But I think we're going to see more, like I said, in Q3, possibly, I'm making a guess here, possibly at the LA Auto Show. So this right here is the Ram BEV, battery electric vehicle, BEV, Revolution Concept. So Ram Revolution BEV Concept. And I think it looks pretty good. I think they're heading in the right direction. I can't wait to see what actually makes it into the production version. I'm hoping for that front pass through. I think we'll see the augmented reality that you see right there on the head up display. And I think we'll see the lighting signatures. I think the interior design is still up for grabs, but this is very interesting. Again, Ram is the last player on the field, so I'm expecting something extra special from this automaker, and we won't know if they've done it until Q4. So stay tuned for more details when we have them. But right now, hope you enjoyed our quick first look at the Ram Revolution BEV concept that was just revealed at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. So thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the website at pickuptrucktalk.com, and I will see you down the road.